Good morning, dear students. Now we see Standard 10th, Unit 5, Acoustics. A science deals with prediction, control, transmission, reception, and effects of sound is called acoustic. Sound plays a major role in our lives. We communicate with each other mainly through sound. In our daily life, we hear a variety of sounds produced by different sources like humans, animals, vehicle horns. Let us know how sound is produced, how it is propagated, and how we hear the sound from various sources. For all these questions, answer is the aquatics. Acoustics is a branch of physics that deals with the prediction, transmission, reception, control, and effects of sound. Now we see about the sound waves. When we think about sound, the question that arises in our mind are how is sound produced? How does sound reach our ears from various sources? What is sound? It is a force or energy. Let us answer all these questions. Sound is produced by touching a ringing bell or a musical instrument while it is producing music. We can conclude that sound is produced by vibrations. The vibrating bodies produce energy in the form of waves, which are nothing but sound waves. Sound can propagate through a gaseous medium or a liquid medium. Let us know about the longitudinal waves. Sound waves are longitudinal waves that can travel through any medium with a speed that depends on the properties of the medium. As sound travels through a medium, the particle of the medium vibrate along the direction of propagation of the wave. This displacement involves the longitudinal displacements of the individual molecules from their mean positions. This results in a series of high and low pressure regions that is called as compression and rarefactions as shown in this slide. Now we know about the categories of sound waves based on their frequencies. There are three waves: audible waves, infrasonic waves, and ultrasonic waves. The first one is the audible waves. These are sound waves with a frequency ranging between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. These are generated by vibrating bodies such as vocal cords, stretched strings. Next one is infrasonic waves. These are sound waves which have frequency below 20 Hz that cannot be heard by the human ear. For example, waves produced during earthquake, ocean waves, sound produced by whales, and the last wave is ultrasonic waves. These are sound waves with a frequency greater than 20 kilohertz. Human ear cannot detect these waves, but certain creatures like mosquito, dogs, bats, dolphins can detect these waves. Now we see about the differences between these sound and light waves. In sound waves, the medium required for the propagation, but in light, medium is not required for the propagation. Sound waves are longitudinal, but the light waves are transverse. In sound, the wavelength ranges from 1.65 cm to 1.65 meter, but in light, the wavelength ranges from 4 into 10 power minus 7 meter to 7 into 10 power minus 7 meter. In solid, the sound waves travel in air with a speed of about 340 meter per second at NTP. But in light waves travel in air with a speed of 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Let us know about the velocity of sound waves. When we talk about the velocity associated with any wave, there are two velocities. One is particle velocity and the other one is wave velocity. Let us know about the particle velocity. The velocity with which the particles of the medium vibrate in order to transfer the energy in the form of a wave is called particle velocity. Wave velocity, the velocity with which the waves travels through the medium is called wave velocity. In other words, the distance traveled by a sound wave in unit time is called velocity of a sound wave. Therefore, velocity equal to distance by time taken. If the distance traveled by one wave is taken as one wavelength and the time taken for this propagation is one time period, then the expression for the velocity can be written as v equal to lambda by t. Velocity can be defined as the distance traveled per second by a sound wave. So the frequency equation can be written as v equal to n lambda. Let us know about the factors affecting the velocity of sound. In the case of gases, the following factors affect the velocity of sound waves. Effect of density. The velocity of sound in a gas is inversely proportional to the square root of the density of the mass. Hence, the velocity decreases as the density of the gas increases. Next one is the effect of temperature. The velocity of a sound in a gas is directly proportional to the square root of its temperature. The velocity of sound in a gas increases with the increase in temperature. Now we see about the reflection of sound. When we speak in an empty room, we hear a soft repetition of our voice. This is nothing but the reflection of sound waves that we produce. Let us discuss about the reflection of sound in detail. When sound waves travel in a given medium and strike the surface of another medium, they can be bounced back into the first medium. This phenomenon is known as the reflection. The bouncing of sound waves from the interface between the two media is termed as the reflection of sound. Now we see about the laws of reflection. Two laws are applicable to sound waves. One is the incident wave. The normal to the reflecting surface and the reflected wave at the point of incidence lie in the same plane. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Now we see about the reflection at the boundary of denser medium. A longitudinal wave travels in a medium in the form of compression and rarefactions. Suppose a compression traveling in air from left to right that reaches in a rigid wall. The compression exerts a force on the rigid wall. In turn, the wall exerts an equal and opposite reaction or equal to minus F on the air molecules. This results in the compression near the rigid wall. Thus, a compression traveling towards the rigid wall is reflected back as a compression. That is, the direction of compression is reversed. Let us know about the reflection at the boundary of a rarer medium. Consider a wave traveling in a solid medium striking on an interface between the solid and the air. The compression exerts a force F on the surface of the rarer medium. As a rarer medium has smaller resistance for any deformation, the surface of separation is pushed backwards. As a particle of the rarer medium are free to move, or rarefactions is produced at the interface. Thus, the compression is reflected as the rarefaction, and the rarefaction travels from right to left. Now we see about the reflection of sound in plane and curved surfaces. When sound waves are reflected from a plane surface, the reflected waves travel in a direction according to the law of reflection. The intensity of reflected wave is neither decreased nor increased. When the sound waves are reflected from the curved surfaces, the intensity of the reflected waves is changed. When reflected from the convex surface, the reflected waves are diverged out and the intensity is decreased. When sound is reflected from concave surface, the reflected waves are converged and focused at point. So the intensity of reflected waves is concentrated at a point. Parabolic surfaces are used when it is required to focus the sound at a particular point. In elliptical surfaces, sound from one focus will always be reflected to the other focus. Now we see about the echoes. What is echoes? An echo is the sound reproduced due to the reflection of the original sound from various rigid surfaces such as walls, ceilings, surfaces of mountains. Now we see about the conditions necessary for hearing the echo. The persistence of hearing for human ears is 0.1 second. This means that we can hear two sound waves clearly. The time interval between the two sounds is at least 0.1 second. Thus, the minimum time gap between the original sound and the echo must be 0.1 second. When the distance between the source of sound and the reflecting surface would satisfy the following equation. That is velocity equal to distance traveled by sound by time taken. So V equal to 2D by T. So D equal to Vt by 2. Then D equal to V into 0.1 divided by 2. So D equal to V by 20. Thus, the minimum distance required to hear an echo is 1 per 20th part of the magnitude of the velocity of sound in air. So, the velocity equal distance traveled by time taken. So, 2D by 2. So, 2D equal to 344 into 0.1. So, the answer equal to 34.4 meters. So, D equal to 17.2 meter. If we consider the velocity of sound as 344 meter per second, the minimum distance required to hear an echo is 17.2 meter. Now we see about the applications of echo. Some animals communicate with each other over a long distance and also locate objects by sending the sound signals and receiving the echo as reflected from the targets. The principle of echo is used in ultrasonography, which is used to create real-time visual images of the developing embryo or fetus in the mother uterus. Now let us know about the measuring velocity of sound by echo method. Echo method. This method involves the echo concept, which depicts that sound comes back after reflection. We measure the distance traveled by sound in a specific time interval to measure the distance of a certain building or a hill. So speed equal to 2 into distance by time is used to measure the distance in echo method. We say about the applications. Reflection of a sound. One is soundboard. The other one is ear trumpet and the megaphone. First one is the soundboard. These are basically curved surfaces which are used in auditoria and halls to improve the quality of sound. This board is placed such that the speaker is at the focus of the concave surface. The sound of the speaker is reflected towards the audience, thus the improving of the quality of sound heard by the audience. Next one is the air trumpet. Air trumpet is a hearing aid which is useful by people who have difficulty in hearing. In this device, one end is wide and the other end is narrow. The sound from the source fall into the wide end and are reflected by its wall into the narrow part of the device. Next one is the megaphone. A megaphone is a horn-shaped device that is used to address a small gathering of people. Its one end is wide and the other end is narrow. When a person speaks at the narrow end, the sound of his speech is concentrated by the multiple reflections from the wall of the tube. Thus, his voice can be heard loudly over a long distance. Next, we will see about the Doppler effect. The whistle of a moving train appears to increase in pitch as it approaches a stationary listener, and it appears to decrease as the train moves away from the listener. Whenever there is a relative motion between the source and the listener, this is known as the Doppler effect. This apparent change in frequency was first observed and explained by Christian Doppler. He observed that the frequency of the sound as received by the listener is different from the original frequency produced by the source. The relative motion could be due to various possibilities as follows. The listener moves towards or away from a stationary source. The source moves towards or away from the stationary listener. Both source and listener move towards or away from one another. The medium moves when both source and listener are at rest. For simplicity of calculation, it is assumed that the medium is at rest, that the velocity of the medium is 0. Let S and L be the source and the listener moving with velocities Vs and Vl respectively. Consider the case of source and listener moving towards each other. As the distance between the decrease, the apparent frequency will be more than the actual source frequency. Now let n and n dash be the frequency of the source produced by the source and the sound absorbed by the listener respectively. Then the expression for the apparent frequency n dash is V plus VL divided by V minus Vs into n. Here Vs is the velocity of sound waves in the given medium. In all such cases, the expression for the apparent frequency is given in the table. Position of the source and the listener. Both source and listener they move towards each other. The distance between source and listener decreases. Apparent frequency is more than actual frequency. So the expression for apparent frequency n dash equal to V plus VL divided by V minus Vs into n. So the position of the source and listener, both source and listener they move away from each other. Distance between the source and listener increases. Apparent frequency is less than actual frequency. So Vs and VL become opposite to that in case 1. N dash equal to V minus VL divided by V plus Vs into n. Both source and listener they move one behind the other. Source follows the listener. Apparent frequency depends on the velocities of the source and the listener. Vs becomes opposite to that in case 2. So V dash equal to n dash equal to V minus VL divided by V minus Vs into n. Both source and listener move. They move one behind the other. Listener follows the source. Apparent frequency depends on the velocities of the source and the listener. Vs and VL becomes opposite to that in case 3. So the expression for apparent frequency n dash equal to V plus VL divided by V plus Vs into n. Source at rest, listener moves towards the source. Distinguish between source and listener decreases. Apparent frequency is more than actual frequency. So V equal to 0 in case 1. So the expression for apparent frequency, there is n equal to V plus VL divided by V into n. Source at rest, listener move away from the source. Distance between the source and the listener increases. Apparent frequency is less than actual frequency. So V is equal to 0 in case 2. So the expression for apparent frequency n dash equal to V minus VL divided by V into n. The listener at rest, source moves towards the listener. So the distance between source and the listener decreases. Apparent frequency is more than actual frequency. So VL equal to 0 in case 1. So n dash equal to V divided by V minus Vs into n. The last position of the source and the listener at rest, source moves away from the listener. Distance between source and listener increases. Apparent frequency is less than actual frequency. So VL equal to 0 in case 2. The expression for apparent frequency, so n dash equal to V by V plus Vs into n. Now we see the conditions for the Doppler effect. Under the following circumstances, there will be no Doppler effect and apparent frequency as it by the listener will be the same as the source frequency. When source and the listener both are at rest. When S and L move in such a way, the distance between them remains constant. When source S and L are moving in mutually perpendicular directions. If the source is situated at center of the circle along which the listener is moving. Last topic we will see about the applications of Doppler effect. There are 4 applications to measure the speed of an automobile, tracking a satellite, radar and sonar. The first one is to measure the speed of an automobile. An electromagnetic wave is emitted by a source attached to a police car. The wave is reflected by a moving vehicle which acts as on a moving source. The R is a shift in the frequency of reflected wave. From the frequency shift, the speed of the car can be determined. This helps to track the overspeeding vehicle. Next one is the tracking a satellite. The frequency of radio waves emitted by a satellite decreases as satellite passes away from the earth. By measuring the change in the frequency of radio waves, the location of the satellites is studied. Next one is radar. In radar, radio waves are sent and the reflected waves are detected by the receiver of the radar station. From the frequency change, the speed and the location of the aeroplanes and aircrafts are tracked. The last one is sonar. In sonar, by measuring the change in the frequency between the sent signal and the received signal, the speed of marine animals and submarines can be determined. Thank you, students.